Hi guys, how you doing? And welcome back to the Tap Cave. I thought I'd try and make a video a little bit about FBA, showing some of my processes. I get a lot of questions about FBA from people who are considering trying it or just getting into it. A lot of people are interested to know about packaging. What sort of level of packaging do you have to do with your items and prep for items? So I thought I'd show you some of the items I'm sending up today and the different levels of prep that you have to do, or that I choose to do anyway, and the packaging I use for that. I'm just about to print off a load of labels, so I'll do that in a second, then show you the labeling process as well. But first, let me show you what I've got. There's a stack of PS1 stuff here. Most of it's not great. A couple of nice titles in there. Resident Evil 2 is pretty cool. Dino Crisis is a good seller. I went through a load of PS1, there's a load more back there, last night. And yeah, it was hit and miss as to whether they were selling better on FBA or eBay right now. So yeah, I've kind of split it half and half. And then there's a stack, the rest of that stuff is just bog standard rubbish that I'm probably going to bundle. So yeah, these are going up. With PS1, I bag PS1 because the cases come open so easily, and the last thing I want is a manual to slip out of there in the warehouse and it gets shipped without the manual, or God forbid the disc will come out. So I use little bags. I don't have any to hand, but I'll put a link below. I think they're 7x9" bags, which are fantastic for these sort of small items. So there's those. A couple of Game Boy games with boxes. Again, these are just bagged in those 7x9" poly bags. The extra bonus of bagging this is that it's a cardboard box. If you stuck the label direct on there, you know, it wouldn't peel off very well, or it might take some of the card with it. You know what I mean? It'd rip the packaging, and the collectors won't be too keen on that. So that's an added bonus of bagging these. And then there's a board game. It's only a little board game. I've taken to, with some games, I don't know if it's going to show, there's a little round clear like tab on the edge there. Another one on this side. Yeah, they're good. I tried to find some peelable ones, just couldn't find anyone that was supplying peelable labels. So these are not peelable, but they are so, you just won't notice them. You can barely see it at all. So when the buyer gets it, they'll just have to cut down the middle of there with a knife and it'll open perfectly. These were super cheap. I'll drop a link below to these and those bags I just talked about if you want to get hold of those. So yeah, a few games. Then there's a load of CDs again. Some of these I've bagged. This set, those would have slid out really easily, and you have to bag stuff that can come apart easily. So there's a double CD pack and a book in there that would have just slipped out of here, so I bagged that again in the 7x9 bags. And then these I have bagged just because they're card sleeves. This I'm actually asking a fair bit of money for. I think it's £30, and I don't want to put the label direct on the card sleeve. These are really cool. These are little CD wallet sort of envelope things. Where are they? Oh, this place is a mess as usual. Yeah, I'll put a link to those as well. They are really cool. Here they are. These things, little CD size wallets, and it just makes the product look so much nicer if you put it in. They cost pennies, you know, like 1 or 2 pence each. So yeah, it's cool. So I've bagged some of those. Some of these ones that would have slid out. It's a triple CD pack that is just open at both ends. So I bagged that one in one of those 7x9 bags. Then a load more CDs that are going up. Then we've got more media, Spyro, a nice sealed PS2 game there. That FIFA 14 I found, I've decided to send up. Super Smash Bros. On the Wii, that sort of stuff. And some DVD box sets again. This one, it would have easily slid out. So I have bagged that in a larger size bag. I'm not sure the dimensions of these ones, but they're really a really useful size. I'll drop the link to that below again if you want to get hold of some of these. Super handy to have about. Load more media, just Wii games, more PlayStation 2, some more DVDs. These are, you know, those aluminium bottles I bought 450 of. I've started sending certain ones up to Amazon, and some lines have gone really well, so I'm just stocking up a bit more with some bottles. Another 4 of those going up there. What I've done with these is I've just bubble wrapped them and then put tape around them. That's those. And then some odd shaped bits of electronics and random things that I have just bubble wrapped. So next process is to, oh, and there is a book actually going up, a book about Ferraris there. And that's pretty much it for this shipment. So the next process is I'm going to print off some labels, and I'll quickly just show you the labeling process if you've not seen that before. And then that will be ready to pack up and send away. Okay, I've just sent the labels to the printer. I love this laser printer. It's so quick compared to what I used to have. So this is how they're coming out. Actually, that has screwed up. Somehow, it's never done this before. It's misaligned them. You see where they start right at the top? And then there's a gap at the bottom. It's missed a whole row of labels off. That last page, there should be 2 labels at the top. So that's just wasted 3 pages of labels, unless they've actually lined up. No, they haven't even lined up right on there, so I can't use those. Okay, that's a fail. We'll try that again. Okay, just set it up again with some more labels. Attempt to print again, see what happens. It's sod's law, isn't it? That the one time I'm filming me actually printing labels and it prints them all skew width, not lined up. Alright, here they come again. Oh my god, it's only done it again. What? Okay, starting to get pissed off here. Okay, 3rd time lucky. Bear in mind, I've never had an issue printing any labels ever for FBA. The printer was set at 80% rather than 100%. Yeah. But I swear I didn't change that setting, and Andrea just said she didn't. It's printing them perfectly now. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, so we have labels after 3 attempts. Don't just love technology, makes your life better, don't you know? So now the task is to get all of these labels onto all of these products. So yeah, I'll show you a few as I go. Hopefully that will be interesting or useful. The only ones I do anything slightly different on will be these ones that have, you know, it's not really a flat surface. So I tend to tape over the top because there's a high chance that these labels will get caught and just peel off on a curved and bumpy surface. So I do something slightly different with those. The rest, it's just a case of whacking the labels on. Okay, so, oh, before I carry on, I don't know if you can read this t-shirt or if you know where the quote comes from. I reject your reality and substitute my own, which is from Mythbusters. Fantastic TV show. They finished it now, unfortunately. They've stopped making them, which is a shame. So I absolutely loved that show. Okay, so labels sticking on. Let's find the first one I've got here. So it's pretty basic. Your product has a barcode. What Amazon want you to do is cover that barcode with your unique barcode, making sure that you get the right barcode on. So as you can see there, Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly, used very good, which is that. And it's pretty much a case of repeating that process. Right, let's find something slightly more interesting. LMA Manager, PlayStation 1. So these, I'll show you in a bit more detail. This is something I've bagged, as I was saying, just because it could easily come open. PS1 cases, they don't really stay shut very well. But it's exactly the same process. You can still read the barcode through that. Well, actually, this one's got a little sticker on it, but I will just stick the label straight over there, like so. And again, check you've got the right product. It says on there, LMA Manager PS, which stands for PlayStation. Used very good. So that's that. So for these bottles, let's see if I can find a bottle on here. Okay, so found a label for one on the bottle. It says Sig Boys Cars bottle, which is one of these small 0.4 litre ones. And as I was saying, because A, it's a curved surface and then it's bubble wrap, so it doesn't hold the label very well, and so easily that could get caught on something else and it'd be gone. So all I do to protect from that catching and falling off is go over it with a bit of tape. I've got clear tape in my tape dispenser, so we'll just whack that straight over there. Then there's no chance of that catching, coming off and being lost. Like that. Same with these odd size bits of electronics and stuff. I will do the same with those. Just pop the label on. Now this isn't bagged, but if it was, you'd have to put suffocation warnings on that because it would be a larger bag. So again, stick the label on there. And for my peace of mind, tape over the top. Because it's a rough surface, it's an odd, not a flat surface that it's going to adhere to very well, I over sticker those. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a lot of point me showing you doing it on everything. It's a case of repeat that for the 50 odd items that I've got in here. What else have we got? There's one I've just spotted. This, for example, it's just a second-hand CD. I've not bagged it. I'm just going to label directly onto the CD, which is no big deal. I did spot it. There it is. Richard Marx first album, used, very good. Again, the barcode is there, so we will over sticker on the barcode, just like that. There is an option with FBA where you can get Amazon to do all the labelling for you. They charge you. Last I heard it was 15 pence an item. I've just always done it myself. Once you get into a rhythm, it doesn't actually take too long. So yeah, I've always labelled myself. Right, let's see, what else have we got here? Just Dance Disney Party. I saw that a moment ago. Somewhere in this pile. Again, this is just a used game. I'm not bagging this. I'm not packaging it in any way. It has a barcode there. Now it has my unique barcode on there. Sorry if the light's not very good. I'm not sure how much light there is. The natural light outside is fading. So yeah, let's do a couple more bits just for fun. Resident Evil 2. This is one I have priced high. I think I priced this at 30, which right now is beyond a lot of the other sellers, but I think it may wait around till fourth quarter, but I've had no trouble getting that on certain titles. Quite often they go abroad as well. So there you go. That's another one that I've bagged in one of those 7x9 bags. If you do want to get hold of these, I buy them off Amazon. They're super cheap. I think the last time I bought these bags, they were like £2.50 for, I don't know, 100? I don't know. I can't remember. There's loads of different listings. I'll drop the link to that below. So there you go. Yep, that's done. Let's see if I can find that book. This is not the most efficient way of doing this, people. No, I can't see it. I can't see the damn book. But yeah, it's a case of repeat, repeat, repeat until it's all done. There's that board game. I'm not too worried about this board game. Stickering it on direct, it's not a high value item and I don't really have an issue. This, as I said, is sealed with those little round seals. You can see that one quite clearly there. You might be able to hear Monty. We're just about to have dinner and he realises, he senses when dinner's nearly ready and he kicks off because he wants feeding. Anyway, so yeah, barcode, same process. I like to do it neatly and make them all square. There you have it. So yeah, that's my task now, to label up the rest of these. They will all be put in a great big box, which I have ready to go over here and sent off. I normally try and make my FBA shipments 15 kilos because it costs you the same amount to send up to 15 kilos as it does to send less. I think this is about 10 kilos, but it's all I've got ready to go and it fits perfectly in that box. So that's the plan. I hope that was interesting for somebody out there. If you've got any questions about FBA or my process or selling on FBA, drop them below and I will try and answer you. Please give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Check out our blog, the link to that is below for exclusive content over there. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.